I think we're there, right?
So I think so. We just need to check that you can get internet. You can connect to your laptop.
Yes.
So you can connect there.
Exactly. So for through a hotspot, right?
So if you wanted it to power down after 45 minutes, or after straight away after the ignition's turned off, or if you wanted to stay on all the time. What we're going to do now is we're going to demonstrate a couple of things. Notice the blue surround.
The only time you take a rest is when you sleep, I guess.
That's right. We saw an opening and we went down this road, and very quickly we started dealing with fixed vehicle devices. So it was the niche part of Handsfree that we were working on.
We've met actually before, right? You came at my office in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
You explained the R5 to me from top to bottom, left to right, all the details, and I was extremely interested in the next step for your company. But before we go there, this is not the first time you're running a company. You run this company for quite a while. You have some good customers already for quite some time, right? Where did it start?
Yeah, so we began in 2004. So we've been a UK, Manchester-based business for the last 18 years, and we actually started the day the law changed in the UK, where they said that you couldn't use a mobile phone and drive at the same time. So that's where the name Handsfree came from. So we knew that the demand was growing, and we were already in the automotive customer service business. So we saw an opening and we went down this road, and very quickly we started dealing with fixed vehicle devices. So it was the niche part of Handsfree that we were working on. So trucks, big HGV vehicles involved in waste and recycling and transport and logistics. They needed to always be able to contact the vehicle and the driver, and they had really robust solutions. So that's where we started.
Yes.
And so we're not too far from where we started today, because we're still dealing with a fixed vehicle device where you've got a separate transceiver and lots of different audio accessories and lots of different connectivity to that communications.
Okay, all right. So you could actually prepare 18 years before you came up with the R5, right? And then you started your business here, you expanded into other countries as well, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we expanded into the US in 2007, and we've got a business of about 100 amazing people right now. So as our business has grown, our product range has developed continuously. So we've had strategic partnership arrangements with lots of different product manufacturers. So where we've installed other people's products, we've learned about those products, maybe communication, safety or security products, and then we've adopted those into our product portfolio and become experts in vehicle technology.
Yeah. So going back to the R5, because that's the reason why I'm here. That's why so many people in the UK, actually that's why ESN is extremely interested in that solution, right?
Yeah.
In a nutshell, in an elevator pitch, how would you describe the R5?
The R5 is a mission critical communication system, and it's designed especially for vehicles. So it's very customizable, very flexible. We have a whole load of different audio lines in the unit, lots of connectivity into the vehicle. It does the big four, so push to talk, voice, data, and also video. So four extremely important communication functions all in one.
So Tetra comes into the device, Broadband LTE comes into the device?
Well, ours is a broadband system, so it's a broadband communication system, but it works in the Tetra or narrowband and broadband ecosystem, because many of those countries that are moving from narrowband to broadband would need a device that's going to help with the transition, a hybrid solution. So even though we're a broadband Android solution, then we've also got an input for a Tetra device. So we can control the audio for a Motorola or Sapporo radio, for example, in the UK. We can also control the remote controls as well. So channel up, channel down, volume, SOS, push to talk, can all be controlled from our touchscreen. So that's extremely important in where countries need both the Tetra radios and the new LTE radios to work in tandem.
And that's actually, all of the countries are looking into the next step for critical communications for the public safety agencies, right? It's not only the UK, it's not the Netherlands, it's not Nordics, it's all around the world. So what you're looking at is a worldwide market, and your products can be implemented without any security issues in all these markets, or do you need to have certain specifications, certain approvals and so on?
So it's an Android 10 solution, and it's a 3GPP compliant solution, and so we also GMS certified. So we're one of the most complex devices to ever go through the GMS certification route.
Matthew, you have a lot of partners in this project. Without the partners, it wasn't possible to develop the R5. Tell us more about your strategic partners.
Okay, that's a very, very important subject close to my heart. So we wouldn't be here without our strategic partners today. So we have, first of all, Advantech. They're our ODM. So they're our manufacturer of the core unit. And they've been with us right since 2018. We've on a journey where we've been going through the selection of qualification, and then the tender process, and then the down selection with the Home Office. So they've been extremely important, and especially we've been designing and developing this solution during the pandemic. So we've gone over the last 2 years through quite a challenging time, but also it's been a wonderful time for focus. We've been able to get our heads down and come up with the most wonderful mission critical product we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, we have Pytel, which is part of the Piker group, and Pytel are based in Teltow in Germany, and they've been partners of ours for the last 12 years. So they've got they're very famous for PMR, LMR accessories. They do speakers, microphones, handsets, and even a full fixed vehicle solution. So we've had that close relationship with those partners, and they've been integral. Pytel especially will help us work on the acoustic performance, so making sure that we have the best acoustics in the business. Also, they've been instrumental with our antenna partners as well. So if you think about Panorama antennas, Shaw antennas in the UK, and now TE, these partners have been really, really important, because our product has to be the best in class for LTE performance. So we want absolutely, without doubt, if you've got a fixed vehicle device, you'll get much better signal through LTE with our device. Also, we want to have best in class Wi-Fi performance and high speed internet. So if you're connected to our device through Wi-Fi, then we need to make sure that we're the best in class. Rather than telling your mobile phone, ours is a full Wi-Fi hotspot in the vehicle. So working with Advantech and then our antenna partners and then Pytel, we've got the quality piece sorted out.
Yeah.
We want to be best in class for LTE performance, also for Wi-Fi, broadband, high-speed mobile broadband performance, and also acoustic quality.
And you
as well.
teamed up with one of those best companies in that area, right? All of those areas, because
Absolutely.
that's what public safety asks you.
Yeah, absolutely. So we needed to surround ourselves by the best in class partners, and they've been really, really supportive during this whole project.
As we said earlier, it's not only the focus on ESN. ESN is your accelerator, but you were in the United States, right?
Yeah.
And there are not that many devices who are claiming to do similar things that your device is doing, right?
Absolutely. North America is a big target for us now. We want to expand our device across from Middle East, Europe, and also North America. So I was at IWCE in Las Vegas last month, and it was a great event because people were back, they were fresh, new ideas, new products after the pandemic, and ours was one of the most refreshing products out there. And what was interesting was that the FirstNet team were absolutely adamant that broadband and narrowband would be coexisting for many, many years, and solutions that were pro coexistence or like the R5 were quite unique. And they've only got 300 devices plus on that are approved by FirstNet, and only one of those is a fixed vehicle device. Yeah. So we can't wait to get our device in the hands of the FirstNet team and start working with some of the users out in North America.
So if you have success at FirstNet, when you have success at ESN, then the world is your oyster. Then you need to change your warehouse probably, right? The size of your warehouse. I've just been at your warehouse. It was a great experience. I thought I was coming into an area where there were maybe 1 or 2 people working, but it was a very lively environment.
Yeah.
People very enthusiastic in what they're doing, but you probably need to grow that warehouse much bigger.
Yeah, we like to move warehouses every 3 years.
Yes.
So, we've grown every single year for the last 18 years. Every year we've grown and every year we've been profitable. But now we're at that pivotal point where we're about to do something that's not been done before in our company, which is take a product from the UK and take it globally. So we're really, really excited to work with other domain-focused system integrators. So we know that the value-added resellers out there that deal with public safety organisations, we can't exist without those people out there. So
but there is a risk involved. Growing too fast.
Yeah.
And you have a relatively small team.
Yeah.
So you need to keep up with that, right?
How are we going to do it?
Yeah, how are you going to do that?
All right. So how are we going to deal with the growth? I mean, absolutely, we're looking at some massive opportunities across the globe right now. So in the last 8 weeks, I've been to Finland, we've been to the Netherlands, we've been to Germany, and then we moved on to Spain. We then went out to Vegas, we came back, we've been up in Scotland, down to the south coast in Portsmouth. We're everywhere.
And the people who followed you on LinkedIn have seen all your posts around the world, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, thanks to our friends and our partners spreading the word. But what we're finding is that as where we go to different countries, the situation is the same. There's a big wave of new products, new great new devices out there that will exist on the broadband side. But we know that we've got to help the transition. We've got to work with the users, and we're very close to the UK. We work with the users every single day. So there's 100 user organisations, so 43 police forces, about the same amount of fire and rescue services, lots of ambulance services as well. So as we're dealing with those, we're close to the action, and we can adapt our product to meet their requirements. But when we go further afield, we've got to rely on those value-added resellers and also the strategic, the domain-focused system integrators.
Yeah.
So they are key. The suppliers that are close enough to the users are absolutely key in our growth.
Yeah.
And we're looking for partners in all of these countries that are on the move.
Are there organizations, and I mean end user organizations, that do think that, people like my age, for example, and older, that they think, well, we don't need such a device because it works fine, and otherwise we use our mobile phone, and for data, well, we don't see that picture. Are there some challenges in that part as well? Because basically public safety is a very conservative market.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree. It is a conservative market, but as far as the early adopters that we've come across in the UK, for example, there's different generations within those early adopters. So right through from people that are very proactive. If a user organisation wants to embrace technology, they will have a look at our device. They know that at the moment they can do push to talk extremely well. It's a very robust solution. But when you add other voice solutions and multiple audio lines, and then you add data, and then you add video. Imagine the benefit now to a user having the situational awareness piece that comes in when you can offer connection to a body cam or connection to a drone, and the control room can share drone footage or even a civilian's footage, stream that back down to the R5. That is a game changer. That's unbelievable to get to a scene and see that kind of stuff.
And there you need to keep up with manufacturers, just like Motorola, for example, who is really into the video analytics stuff. So if that is coming into the control room sends that footage out to the car on the street. That's where your product comes into place, right?
Absolutely, our product is, what's exciting is our product is agnostic as well. So imagine if the user organisation, police force has invested in cameras on their vehicles, or a fire brigade has put a 4-camera system with a digital video recording system onto their appliance. Then they might not want to invest it all over again in new cameras and different. So by being agnostic, we can take analog, digital, IP cameras, and we can share those with our camera partner.
You work with many of these user organizations, manufacturers. It's a whole ecosystem. That's what I understand, right?
So that's the most exciting thing about our strategy. Wherever we go, whichever country we go to, we will come across a like-minded quality organization that provides a complementary solution that the R5 can work with. So the video is a great example where user organizations may have invested into a camera solution. Of course, we're going to be extremely motivated to work with that partner to give the best solution back to the users.
Yeah.
So that's how we build. We grow into ecosystems, and how we also grow across the globe by developing our strategic partnerships.
Okay. Now, Matthew, we have talked about the past, we have talked about the future, but I want to go just one step beyond, actually, because this is your baby, this is your company. You know, all your effort is now being pushed into this R5, and still there are other business you're still doing very well. What is your dream? Where should it end? Should it end, actually?
We don't want it to end.
No.
We're right at the start of our journey. Even in the UK, as far as ESN is concerned, mass rollout. When mass rollout happens, that will be an exciting time. That will be a fantastic wave where we end up having our solution into many police vehicles and fire vehicles across the country. Hopefully, some ambulance as well. So that will be an amazing time, a pivotal moment for our company. But we don't want it to stop there. Our vision is that we'll join up with some very key global partners and be part of another organization's global strategy in the communications space.
All right. So, what is the next step for you?
The next step is we're going through the certification process in the States. So we're going through RTCRB, FCC, AT&T, FirstNet, Verizon, T-Mobile certifications. So that'll take, we'll have that done by the end of the summer, let's say. Mm-hmm. And we've also got some very important trials coming up in North America as well. So the next step is to make sure that our product is known across the US. We've got some exciting opportunities in Europe as well, which are ticking over nicely. Luckily, our strategic partners that we're working with are very good about spreading the, bringing the solution to their customers.
Well, what I found, you don't work part-time, you don't work full-time. I realized that you work all the time. How will it change your life in the future? How your personal life?
It will certainly change my life, absolutely, because I've gone from running a core business where we have a whole lot of products and a lot of customers, so maybe a mile wide and an inch deep, let's say, with a big team. And now we've got one product to focus on, which is the R5, and it's about taking that product on a full journey, improving the product. We continually improve the product every single quarter. We have new maintenance releases, so we've always got something new to bring to our customers. And I think this is going to change my life and many of the people in the company's lives as well, because it's the most important thing that we'll ever do in our lifetime. And I mean that sincerely, because yes, it's going to make the emergency services work more efficiently, so it could save lives, it will save lives. It's going to give the emergency services access to data, so that's going to help save lives. It's going to save a huge amount of money for the government as well, because we're going to enable things like ANPR. You could use ANPR in all of our in every single R5 in the UK. Whereas at the moment it's quite an expensive solution to implement across the police. So as it's an Android platform, it's a lot simpler to run something like that. So we can save our government money, we can also save lives, and we can also make the user's life a lot more efficient.
And the people at the office are, all of them, and I found all of them are so extremely dedicated to the success of this company. They're so engaged. There's not one single person who is not engaged, and that's kind of remarkable, I must say. Matthew Johnson, thank you very much for this interview. It was an interesting journey, and I wish you all of the success in the coming years.
Thank you very much. Thanks.